Dr. Yawu made this known while briefing newsmen shortly after an expanded security meeting held on Tuesday at the palace of the paramount ruler of Igbo Kingdom.
We all know what has been happening in Igbo for the past days, and I felt that it is my responsibility as chairman to secure lives and properties of Eche. That's what I signed for, and I'm not relenting on that. I want to assure the people of Eche that I will not relent on it. I worked tirelessly for 5 years to make sure Eche is where it is in terms of security. So I want to assure them that this remaining 1 year of my administration, and I'm going to go head on with this security issue. We've talked with all the opinion leaders and we've agreed on a format on how to go about it.
Dr. Anyanwu also said security agencies will be conducting special and strategic operations aimed at neutralizing emerging threats to the collective safety of the people.
Security issues are not issues you talk on the radio, but my assurance to the people of Eche is that they should go home and sleep and know that I will not relent until Eche is peaceful. We cannot totally eradicate crime, but I assure them that we must bring it to the barest minimum. Right now, our concentration is in the Igbo Kingdom, and if we can do it for Okenye clan, I see no reason why we cannot do it for Igbo. Okenye clan was a place where nobody could pass, nobody could sleep, but today they can sleep with their 2 eyes closed. I've come head on with it, and I must tackle it to make sure that there is peace in the good people of Igbo Kingdom.
On his part, the paramount ruler of Igbo Kingdom, His Majesty King Samuel Amechi, said traditional rulers in Igbo Kingdom are ready to work with government and security agencies to fight insecurity in their various domains. He blamed some non-indigens for contributing towards the rising spate of insecurity in the area. Our correspondent reports that the meeting was well attended by members of Igbo Kingdom Divisional Council of Traditional Rulers and chiefs, heads of security agencies, stakeholders and youth leaders, and CDCs from various communities in Igbo Kingdom. Moving on. As the tussle for the stool of Rumigbo clan lingers, paramount ruler of Apara Kingdom, Eze Chike Woluwodo, has declared the installation of Chief Billy Ovunda as the paramount ruler of the clan and other declarations as null and void. Eze Woluwodo stated this while speaking to newsmen in his palace in Port Harcourt.
It's just something I consider political. It's not traditional. Somebody that has no place cannot be crowned or coronated beside our custom and tradition. Whoever is to bear the title Eze Ekinigbo must be coronated by a government-recognized traditional ruler. I have hereby dissolved the Council of Chiefs Executive, which is being headed now by Chief O2 Michael Wosu.
Chairman Rumigbo Community Development Committee CDC Eze Gabriel Chinwo also spoke.
We'll tell general public that His Majesty have dissolved them and condemned them to its entirety. Majesty will never support such illegal attitude. Even the whole Apara Kingdom, the Council of Chiefs are against them. Nobody should have any dealing with them. If you do that, you're on your own risk.
The paramount ruler of Rumigbo clan is a Professor Reginald Okechukwu said he remains the authentic ruler of the clan.
There are provisions for installation and there are guides. I was properly installed by His Royal Majesty, the King of Apara Kingdom, and in the palace. So I remain the authentic Eze. The other faction claims they have installed one chief, Billy Obonda, who is a family chief in a Woloma family. The people who purportedly installed him are not chiefs, people who are non-title holders.
Still ahead, UPTH activates strike protocol as their resident doctors join nationwide strike. Stay tuned. Leaders of different motor parks in Obiakpo, Port Harcourt City and LMA local government areas where on-the-spot eye examinations were carried to come pick up the glasses for members of their parks. A statement by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transport, Fanny Barago, said the Commissioner for Transport, Jacobson Imbina, had in December 2022 went around the 3 local government areas with medical teams for eye examinations. It said the examinations revealed some drivers needed prescription glasses to drive safely. The statement said the Ministry of Transport has now paid for the prescription glasses and is asking leaders of the motor parks to come pick them up at the Permanent Secretary's Office, Ministry of Transport, 9th floor, Podium Block, Rivers State Secretariat Complex, Port Harcourt, today by 1 p.m. prompt. The Rivers State Universal Basic Education Board says it has concluded the credential verification of applicants seeking teaching employment at the Rivers State Government Smart School. The Director of Administration and Supplies and Public Relations of the board, Karibi George, tells correspondent Emeka Otuka that only applicants who met the criteria were invited for the screening.
Okay, Friday last week, that's I think the 12th or so of May, the River State UB Board concluded the process of verifying the credentials of those who applied for employment into the River State Smart School. Now, what we found when people were complaining about lack of transparency, at that time, there were simultaneously about 5 different River State government websites, each of them independent. So people who applied to the River State Civil Service Commission website, who heard that interview or verification was holding at UB board, came here, and those are some of the people that were saying the process was not transparent. Meanwhile, they were not known to the UB board.
Mr. George also said the report of the verification exercise will be submitted to the state government for further action. Delivery of healthcare services may be slowed down at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital today as the resident doctors join the nationwide 5-day warning strike. President of NARD at UPTH, Onwa Ibe Ato, tells our correspondent that the demands by the resident doctors, including asking for more funding for hospitals, reduction in out-of-pocket payments for healthcare, among others, are geared towards making their patients better. The management of UPTH usually activates what it calls a strike intervention protocol whenever health workers go on strike. The protocol ensures that clinics continue to run, consultants, nurses, and other health workers continue to work despite the strike. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors declared a 5-day warning strike on Monday to compel the federal government to meet its demands. We go on another short commercial. The news continues afterwards. Stay tuned. After a 2-week visit to London, he arrived Abuja yesterday evening.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
The creator of advanced chatbot ChatGPT, Sam Altman, has called on U.S. lawmakers to regulate artificial intelligence.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, you heard PDP Senator George Sekibo and Senator-elect Owelunyeso from Rivers State are backing APC's zoning of 10th Senate presidency to the South-South. A BBC investigation has found proof suggesting some results from the presidential election conducted in Rivers State may have been manipulated. 4 people have been killed as gunmen attacked U.S. Embassy officials in Anambra State. Police have arrested suspected car thieves and recovered vehicles stolen from Port Harcourt. UPTH is expected to activate strike protocols as their resident doctors join nationwide strike. President Buhari has returned to Abuja after his London trip. On the foreign scene, creator of advanced chatbot has called on U.S. lawmakers to regulate artificial intelligence. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning. Mostly cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. The news was edited by Choma Ezenwafo. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign.
Wetin you dey find for Sokoto?